Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be answering the question, how do you keep track of your shop's progress? One of you guys asked me this question in one of my old videos, so if you guys have any other questions or video suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. And let me know what you guys think about this topic in the comment section below as well. Leave a comment, let me know. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Hit the like button. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm as well. Hit the like button, guys. It's free. Thank you so much. Follow me on Instagram, The Mechanic OC, and on Facebook, The Mechanic OC. All right, let's get into it, guys. You guys know me. You guys know that I like metrics. I like analytics. I like figuring things out based on the numbers, right? That is my number one way to know whether or not my business is doing well. And what I'm gonna tell you guys that I use as metrics to figure out my shop's progress is very simple, and every shop should be doing this. And if you're not doing this, you're not keeping track of your shop's progress, and you're not able to self-assess. Metrics are for you to figure out what you're doing wrong. Because once you set the metrics, you know what your goals are, and if you're not meeting those goals, you can self-assess and say to yourself, okay, I'm not hitting my goals. Why? What am I doing wrong? Because everything comes down to you. If your business succeeds, it's your fault. If your business doesn't succeed, it's your fault. Okay, so everything falls on you, and this is how you tell whether or not it's going well. Okay, with these two metrics. The first one's gonna be car count. How many cars are coming into your shop per day? The second one is gonna be your ticket average. How much money in repairs are you selling to your customers per car? Those are the two main ones. Okay, with these two, you'll be able to pretty much tell the health of your business. If you are not hitting your car count averages per day, you know you're doing something wrong. If you're not doing your ticket average sales, you're doing something wrong. And we can figure out what based on these two metrics. And the last thing I want to mention about this, guys, before we get into the specifics on those two items, is gonna be that you can set your average for each. So let's just say you are a shop and you have 5 lifts, and you say to yourself, every single day I want to see 5 cars in my shop. That's my car count goal, right? And you can set this, doesn't matter how long you've been in business, if you just started, if you were been in business for 20 years, it doesn't matter. You can say every single day I want to see 5 cars in here, 10 cars in here, 20 cars in here, 50 cars in here. It doesn't matter. You can set your parameters. I'm gonna give you guys my averages to know, so you guys have an understanding of what I used to do. So for me, each lift should have 3 new cars on it every single day. And I have 3 lifts in my shop, which means that every day I should be seeing 9 cars a day. 9 cars. That is my average, because that's what I have figured out works best for me. Okay, every lift, 3 cars a day. It would change. Sometimes I said, okay, every lift needs to have 5 cars a day on it. Okay, it just depended on where we were at with the business. If I met the goal, if I was doing 9 cars every single day for 6 months, then I would say, cool, now let's raise the bar. Let's do 5 cars per lift, which ended up being 18 cars a day because, do the math. So you can set these parameters, guys. Once you set the parameters, you can start assessing whether or not what you're doing is working. For example, if you're not getting the 3 cars per day on each lift, if you're not getting the 9 cars per day, you can look at what you're doing and say, what am I doing wrong? If you're not getting 9 cars a day, then you could say, is my marketing bad? Am I not getting the calls that I need to be able to sell them on bringing the car in? When people call me and ask for an estimate, am I not giving correct estimates? Or am I giving really expensive estimates? Am I not explaining things properly to customers? Am I not being friendly enough to my customers? Am I not drawing them into my business with my phone calls? Or is my review pages bad? Is my marketing shit? What am I doing wrong that is keeping me from getting the cars that I need into my shop? And this is what we use these metrics for, to figure out what we're doing wrong. Now, if you're doing more than 9 cars, if you set the average for 9 a day and you're doing 15, that's a problem. It's a good problem, but it's still a problem. At that point, you can start saying, okay, maybe I need to expand. Maybe I need to put another lift in the shop. Maybe I need to buy a bigger building to get more mechanics and get more people coming in. More mechanics to be able to handle the work. Or maybe I'm not scheduling my appointments correctly and I'm bunching them up certain days. Or Tuesday and Wednesday, I have 20 cars, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I have no cars. What's going on there? You know what I'm saying? So this is what I mean by metrics, is that you use these to figure out what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, what you can improve, what the, and the improvements are workflow. Workflow is number one, really. Okay? So car count is very, very important. And without car count, guys, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Because if you don't have the cars coming in, then you can't do anything else. You can't assess how many hours mechanics are flagging. You can't assess your processes and see if they're working right. You can't do anything. Car count is always number one. The second thing is gonna be ticket average. How much money you're selling per car. Okay, so for me, my average was $500 per car. So that means that every car that comes in here, I had to sell $500 worth of work. Now, for me, again, it was a matter of figuring out why I wasn't selling those labors every single day. So a car would come in for an oil change, and the car would leave, and they would pay me $50. I'd be like, that was a failure. I should have upsold another, $500 or $450 because I'm missing something here. What am I doing wrong? And then I would look at it and say, maybe I'm not inspecting the car properly. Maybe I'm not getting permission to inspect the car. Why am I not getting permission? Maybe I'm not telling the customer the benefits of them, having me inspect their car, right? Maybe when I try to sell them the work, maybe I'm not explaining it properly to them. Maybe they think that they're getting ripped off. So what am I saying that makes them feel that way? Maybe they don't trust me. Why don't they trust me? My reviews are not that good. I have a couple of them that are really, really bad and people don't like that. Or my reviews are really good, so it's probably me not presenting it properly. Maybe I have to give them better options. This is what I mean by using metrics to figure out what you're doing wrong. Okay, so use these two metrics and you'll be able to tell whether or not your shop is doing well, whether it's doing bad, what you can fix, what you're doing wrong, everything, guys. And as far as other metrics that I use, those don't matter right now, guys. The other metrics that I use are gonna be mechanic hours, how many hours they're working on a car, how fast they're doing their job, how fast parts are getting here, are the processes being done correctly and efficiently. All those stuff don't matter, guys, until you get the car count up and you get the ticket sales up. Once you get those two things rolling together, let's just say you're getting all the car counts in, but your ticket sales are trash. You get 9 cars in, but you only sell $50 worth of work on them because they only want to do an oil change. You got to look at yourself and say, maybe my sales guys aren't selling properly. Maybe my mechanics aren't inspecting the cars for whatever reason, right? Maybe my customers don't trust me to do the repairs. I don't know, but let's figure that out, right? Once you get the cars in and you're doing your averages and you're not hitting the averages, maybe you're like, oh, why am I not hitting the averages, right? This is all about just figuring out what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. Because if you're doing everything right and you're hitting your averages and you're beating them every single month, good job. Let's keep it going, baby. You know what I mean? So use these two averages, guys, to figure out whether or not your shop is being run properly. If you're not hitting your goals, then you got to look at what you're doing. At the end of the day, guys, all the actions that you take are going to make you successful or not successful. Depends on whether or not you're doing the correct actions. And how do you know you're doing the correct actions? By using metrics, by setting goals. Basically what it is. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the like button if you like this video. Let me know what else you guys want me to talk about. Talk to you guys later. Take it down. And then move the little square. Go time! Let me see if I can go ahead, do it again. Just fuck around, move around.